I want to play a couple of clips here. The AI data center, Trump's in 100% with the AI data center. Lindsey's totally against it. My head's not in the sand. There are questions that need to be talked about, but when we talk about moratoriums, anytime the government has a moratorium on something, kiss that goodbye at being lifted. I mean, like, it's always temporary, like a tax increase or spending, government program. But more local municipalities here in Florida are putting moratoriums on the AI data centers. I'm going to get to a couple of clips here. This one was from Fox News, Emily Compagno, who says that if you look at the data with AI data centers, and you got new ones coming on, that they actually use less water compared to other industries like agricultural here in the state of Florida.
Critics of data centers, which lately become all the rage to rage against. Politico calling it data centers oh bleep moment, as tech companies worry the growing fight could become a political headache all the way through 2028. But recent analysis paints another picture compared to other industries. Data centers use far less water than cattle, power plants, homes, golf courses, and steel production.
Okay, I think there's some positiveness towards with the AI data centers here. And, you've got to upgrade here, Matt. You've got to, you've got your iPhones, your computers, that all uses AI data center. I don't want the AI data center to go down the pathway of the lotto, okay? Here was Jesse Waters from Fox News, where Waters says, listen, you can almost extort these companies to get what you want if you want more spending to take place.
We rename these data centers golden tickets. Everybody wants a golden ticket in their backyard.
Right.
We also just fix the marketing. You get a town here that just shakes them down. You slap a 1% tax on all the computers inside the data center, and you count the money. Hey, do you want massage chairs in your park? Sure. Do you want Olympic-sized swimming pools with 10 feet diving boards? Yes. New squad cards for the police department. I mean, you pick something, you can get it. This is pouring in so much money.
So, Matt, here's a couple of things I was thinking of. I was saying this on the radio show. If you mentioned Obamacare, a lot of people don't like Obamacare, but you mentioned the Affordable Care Act, which is the same thing. No, we like that. I think if he took out AI and put in, like Jesse says, golden tickets, the verbiage, people would probably get behind it. There's a lot there to compact, but I understand why people are hesitant. We've been promised sports stadiums will pay for themselves, which is going to raise a little bit of taxes. Oh, the lotto will pay for education. They're actually claiming that in Texas and Virginia, the AI data centers are coming in, paying for more, Louisiana paying for more school benefits, for bonuses for teachers. Could this be a remake of bringing something new into a community, more of a tax base to do more? Can this be sold in the local areas here in Florida, Matt?
I think that's going to be a pretty tough sell. I will say, in defense of the Florida Lottery, we do have Bright Future scholarships.
True.
My sister is just one of many people I know who used one of those. So at least there's a direct tie there. I think to what Waters was saying is, and Virginia, I saw there were some issues going on with similar things like this, where these data centers become essentially the goose that laid the golden egg for local taxes, because now, we know that there's all this anti-AI data center momentum. What better way to capitalize on that than to say, we're going to impose these fees against these companies so that now we can fund XYZ pet project. Right now in Florida, you're seeing a lot of communities that are actually considering just an all-out ban, including Volusia County, and but in other counties, they're still on moratorium. I think it's going to shake out county by county, but I would not be surprised if, like he said, you see this pitch of, well, we'll just impose these fees and make your dreams come true with these little pet projects to appease the masses, to try to appease the masses.
I think that if the tax goes through, the property tax, they're going to be looking at AI data centers to come in and suffice us. So Lindsey hit Lindsey was at the trifecta this morning on the radio show. It was the no AI data centers, and she included the flock cameras,
all that,
and the Flat Earth Society, and we didn't land on the moon.
I did not. You were the one that brought that up, not me.
Christian transhumanism.
Matt is on that one.
9/11 was promoted. Yeah, I'm just saying. But I think it's here. I think it needs to be embraced. again, I need more data for the phones. I need this, I need that. I get the whole argument, well, it's my privacy. Guess what? The bank's got all my information. If something goes south, they've got to take care of me. Otherwise, we got to put in some new safeguards. The privacy issue, I get it. How do you make it? You put some guardrails around it. You don't kill the product because there may be some privacy. You try to work things around it. Lindsey, that's just me.
Well, I think that there's a difference between regular data centers. Obviously, we have regular data centers all over the country. However, we're talking about these large-scale data centers. So the large-scale data centers are different. And I also want to know, when you're talking about the lady who's talking about the water consumptions, what is she talking about? Is she talking about the regular data centers that have already been built, or these like large, massive, like acre?
So we're going from Walmart to super Walmart. What's the difference? 5 to 20,000 more square feet.
Volusia County, actually, that was their whole deal, was they said, and it's in their language, banning large scale data centers. And then the commissioners were having a whole hearing as to about how you define that.
Yeah. Like what constitutes large, a large scale versus a regular. So, and then I'm thinking, who's going to build the power plants? Are those data centers or those companies on the hook for that? We have someone that's running for governor, Byron Donalds, who's taken $5 million from the AI PACs, who definitely want large scale data centers in the state, obviously. So that's what I'm concerned about, is just how about we slow down? How about we take a breath? And how about we actually really figure out what's going to happen when all these, if they inevitably come, what is going to be the aftermath? I'm worried that this could be the Trojan horse of the country if we're not careful about it.
What do you mean by Trojan horse?
Well, I mean, what happens when we have literally 0% privacy, which we have very minimal? What happens when we have 0% privacy in our lives? And that scares me for the future of our country. It scares me for the Constitution, the Bill of Rights, etc.
Yeah, large scale data centers. I mean, to me, it's going to happen. And I think like I said, if the property tax passes, they're going to be looking for revenue. And if you're not going to legalize marijuana, you're not going to go down the issue of sports gambling, which I think, I'm not saying you have to agree with them. I think both of them can generate a lot of money for the state. Like the Seminole casinos bringing a boatload of money to the state of Florida. They're going to be looking for revenue. And the revenue they're going to be looking for, because nobody wants to get their taxes raised, they're going to be looking at the AI data centers. And the AI data centers, that's why I said, I wonder if people will support them, because we were promised a lot with Lotto. I get the Bright Future scholarships, and I get all of that. But I still get a lot of people who don't think Lotto really has done the job that it's supposed to do. I'm open for the idea of the AI data centers. I don't know how long you would have put a moratorium on there, but when you need to upgrade, you need to do this, you need to do that. I don't want to be something where I'm 3 to 4 years behind. I want to be actually ahead of the schedule here, Matt.
Yeah, well, and one thing that does concern me is, and this was brought up in Georgia, I know, and Virginia. I have two friends and political activists in those areas who were telling me that one of the biggest concerns there in both those states is that some of these counties are going to take this idea of the fees for like the data centers and start applying that as anything to anything they see as like not green enough. So
right,
there could be a slippery slope where what you're just talking about with those fees, they start using that for all kinds of different industries. And so that's why we really need to spend the time to make sure that if we're going to regulate, it's not something that just becomes a template for overregulation, which is kind of my concern. I'm always on the side of letting tech advance as much as it can with minimal regulation, while still respecting privacy. And I think that's what most Americans want.
Well, Lindsey, I believe there's a proper argument there, because 2 years ago, massive supply of water. This year, one of the worst we've seen. I get it. That's a concern. Where are they going to get their water? I'm not putting my head in the sand on that one. Retention ponds. Sometimes I think we have too much retention ponds, but we got to have all of this. That to me is a big issue. The privacy issue, it's already here. I think we had to put some guardrail. I think we can, to me, I think that's probably an easier route with the AI, because if it's, again, is it going to fund this and the TV and everything else and the data? And I get all of that. I'm more concerned about, again, the water issue and the water quality, but my concerns are probably not to the height of what you are concerned about in some of your areas as well. So
Well,
that's just
I'm
me.
not, to be fair, I'm not anti-AI, obviously. I'm not anti-AI data centers. I just want to know what is going to be the cause and the effect, I think is really important. I was talking to my daughter about cause and effect in science last night. And I think having the moratoriums, really figuring out what's going to happen. Let's look at these large scale data centers right now. What is the effect on the environment? What's the effect on taxpayers? What's the effect on just noise in general? Are people complaining about it? The health effects. I think I mentioned I was reading an article from New York State about a couple that are having major significant migraines now because of the low the constant volume, the constant humming that they hear now from this data center that's not close to their house, but somewhat close to their house. So
Sounds like Morgan and Morgan was in on that one.
Yeah,
sorry.
But my question is, like, why can't we just get these answered? Why is there this hysteria about like just stopping, answering the questions, making sure that these are right for the country? And let's not just, I'm so sick of the argument, oh, we have to beat China. We have to beat China. No, we are in charge of our own people, and we should be able to govern ourselves. I don't give a flip about what China's doing, because I want to make sure that these are going to be good and healthy for our country and the future of it.
Wow, I think I sit with those people right now. I just got a migraine anyway, a humming. So anyway,
you're welcome.
Joking.
You didn't have a classical education, Ed. Sorry.
No. Lindsey, see, here's the thing with Lindsey is family to us on this and on the radio show. So I love joking with Lindsey, but
that's why we treat her so poorly.
That's right. That's right.
You're not invited for Thanksgiving dinner, Ed.
So the point that I'm getting on all of this is I want AI in the classrooms, and I got these charter schools that Lindsey runs. No, that'd be too much competition, because I want people to learn Latin quick and move that to the side and learn English and everything else out there. I think AI is way the future for education. I really
that
do.
Is not going to teach. When you are actually learning something, you don't just do, and then all this information pops up. You're not learning information. Like reading and
knowledge.
That's not
what
AI
does.
Significantly retain knowledge. And we're not just talking in our classical schools. We're not just talking about knowledge. We're also talking about wisdom. You are not able to gain wisdom like you could talking to a teacher, talking to other people, actually having a Socratic discussion.
How do you learn wisdom in the classroom all the time compared to knowledge?
You know what? Knowledge and wisdom have to go hand in hand. If you just have knowledge, you are way behind / could be sincerely a terrible human being. We could graduate the next Albert Einstein, but if they're a terrible neighbor and a horrible human, we haven't done our job. Parents haven't done our job.
Ted Bundy was really smart. He had lots of knowledge.
Hey,
but like my point being that
FSU
that's where that comes
too.
in. Wisdom is what makes us human, and hopefully, gives us morals and compassion. But that's a whole different talk for
Morgan, Ted Bundy, you're on a roll today, man. So anyway, all right. The AI data center is.
I reviewed them about the same. Yeah,
I know.
Talk to any physician's family how they feel about Morgan and Morgan and their liability insurance premiums, even though they've never done anything wrong because of that glorified ambulance.
I've actually hung out with John Morgan. He's actually a fun guy and cool guy to hang out with. But
I'd be fun too if I had billions of dollars off frivolous lawsuits in my back pocket.
Well, I don't have his billions of dollars.
That's not a
good time. I know that. Listen, I am one who
would love to have him on here. Please bring him on.
He's been on the show. We should get him on here. We'd have fun, man.
Be
awesome. Great. He'd be who? I mean, you and him talking, Matt. I'd sit back and let you guys just.
He's a Kentucky basketball fan too, which I mean, you talk about scum below scum.
Ted Bundy and Morgan. Wow, wow. I'm gonna get Stu just for this broadcast.
We'll replay these clips too on like Matt O'Hearn.
Oh, he'll laugh. He seems like he's got a good sense of humor.
Ted Bundy.
He'd love to hate me because I'm a Duke fan, and Duke and Kentucky, that's like the two biggest rivals.
Anyway, well. Don't forget, subscribe to our YouTube page. But everything, of course, related to all of this, you can, again, go to floridadaily.com.